Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible, but I
Yes.
have switched off my mic and everything. So
Okay.
just give me 10 minutes. You all can interact offline. Please feel free. Friends, we'll be starting in about 8 minutes time.
नहीं हो रहा है।
Yes, Mr. Sange, how can I help you? Mr. Sange, you raised your hand.
Well, I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
So nice of you. Okay, if you can introduce yourself also, that will be nice.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji.
Okay, Gadi.
Should I do now?
Yeah, please go ahead. We still have 2 minutes to start the meeting.
Okay. Greetings from Bhutan to everybody. I'm happy to join your webinar, and hope I get some knowledge from the from your meeting, the virtual meeting. So looking for it.
वो नहीं, वो कल है।
Most welcome. As you all heard, Mr. Sange is from Bhutan. He's joining us from Bhutan today. We hope that he will also learn and we will also learn from him. Mr. Sange, I request you if you can be there till the end, and we will give you 5 minutes to speak a little about Bhutan once there are more participants.
Okay, Ji. Okay, Ji. Thank you, Ji.
हाँ जी.
Are you able to see my picture there?
No, actually we can see some papers.
How?
I think your other camera is on. Krishna Mohan ji has
Yeah.
joined from NSIC. Welcome, Krishna Mohan ji.
Okay, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay. You got my presentation?
Yes, but you are the host also, so you can start sharing if you want, or I can do it for
I think
you.
better. Okay. You can do for.
We can do it for you.
Yeah, thank you.
अभी देखा दे रहा है जी.
सर आपका दूसरा कैमरा चालू है, पीछे वाला फ्रंट कैमरा चालू करो.
किसका?
आपका पीछे का कैमरा चालू है. अदर कैमरा, स्विच ऑन द अदर कैमरा. We can see
मेरा
your
वाला?
room. नहीं, Sange ji from Bhutan. We can see his room but not his face.
Now अभी देखा दे रहा है ना?
Yes, you are visible.
Hi.
Hello.
We'll start in about 2 more minutes. We have about
Okay.
42 participants. We'll wait for about 50.
Okay जी.
So, I would like to introduce Mr. Sange also once again to everybody. He's joining us from Bhutan today.
ठीक है जान. लेकिन क्या है ना, अगर उधर हो जाता है तो इजी रहता है.
Actually, can I speak to the host?
I am the host, very much here.
You आप वो है ना सरदार जी है ना सरदार जी?
हाँ सरदार जी है. एक second. I forgot my video was off.
Oh.
Okay, now you all can see me. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. सत श्री अकाल.
Sat Shri Akal ji.
सत श्री अकाल जी.
For information of everyone who's just joined, Mr. Sange is joining us from Bhutan. Sange ji, if you can just introduce yourself once again.
Okay. First of all, what's the agenda?
Agenda is small and medium companies and how we can utilize government schemes and how chambers can help them in this time of crisis and how the government is helping.
Okay जी. Okay. Thank you जी. Thank you for giving me opportunity to introduce myself. वैसे है ना, I was not aware of this meeting until my friend who is in Kolkata, Mrs. Tinku Gupta. I'm sure you know her.
Yes, she's our representing of ICIB for Eastern India, and she's heading that zone, including BIMSTEC and SAARC for the chamber.
So, okay. So we know each other for quite few years now. It's been many years that we know each other. So उन्होंने बताया था हमको we have a webinar today. If you have time. So उन्होंने बोला join करने.
I request everybody else if you can be on mute.
तो then मैडम टिंकू जी ने बोला तो meeting attend करो. Then no, if you attend the meeting, उन्होंने बोला.
Namaste Manpreet ji. Namaskar.
Namaskar ji. Sange ji, you can continue. You can unmute yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just conclude. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So it's because of Mrs. Tinku Gupta I'm here today talking to you all. If Madam Tinku ni nahi bolta na, so I would not have been here speaking to you all.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Bhutan is our extended friend, so most welcome anytime.
Okay, thank you, Ji.
Okay.
So I'm happy to join your meeting, and as said earlier, looking forward to learn something from you.
Definitely, sir. And we will have you as our guest very soon when we are going to have a India Bhutan webinar, and you will be our guest that time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We will be starting our today's session. My name is Manpreet Singh. I am the president of Indian Chamber of International Business. I'll just brief you a little bit about our chamber and what we have been doing till date. We are an international body. We are operating currently out of indirect or direct presence in about 38 countries. And our main focus and agenda is to push Indian growth of MSME companies. That's the primary agenda. We are doing that with multiple avenues, that including imports and exports, of course. But we are also into other avenues where we interact with research and development bodies. We assist in technology sharing, technology upgradation. We are inviting a lot of foreign companies to invest into India, to partner with Indian companies. We are assisting in joint ventures. We are also helping the Indian companies to upgrade their skills. So we are partners with a lot of educational institutions, IIT Bombay being one of them. In addition, we have Baba Saheb Ambedkar Technology University. We have a few other institutions for skill development. We are also working a lot with the foreign consulates and embassies, and also the Indian embassies abroad, and also the Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Commerce, to ensure that all the information that is there in the domain for the growth of Indian MSMEs reaches the people. So, the government, we find that there are a lot of schemes, but people are not aware of it. So we find that there is some body needed who can push the Indian MSME companies to tell them that, okay, this is the scheme that is available. Here is the details of the schemes, and this is how you can utilize this. So today's session is going to be more about how you can benefit from the government schemes and how you can utilize funding options, marketing options, and how the government of India is supporting the growth of the Indian industry. In addition, today our partners are the IMA MSME and IIA Delhi chapter, which is the Indian Association of Industries, All India Association of MSME Industries, and NSIC. NSIC is a Government of India body, National Small Industries Corporation. Today we have with us Shri Krishna Mohanji, who is the DGM of NSIC and based out of Mumbai. We are also joined by Shri G. Ramesh Kumar Ji, representing IMA MSME, and he will be presenting to us today all the schemes that were recently launched, including Atmanirbhar Bharat, and how we can utilize the 3 lakh crore that is promised by the Government of India to the Indian industry. So we will be highlighting on these focuses. We are also joined today by Shri L.K. Pandey and Shri Ajay Jain, who are from the Delhi chapter of IIA, and they will be introducing themselves and how they are assisting their industries and the MSME industries, and how we can all collaborate to ensure that the schemes are utilized and the industry in this time of crisis, in this time of COVID, where we are facing innumerable obstacles, how we can actually utilize all this and come out of the problems like a helping hand from the Government of India. I would request Krishna Mohanji to please continue with his presentation. And welcome, Krishna Mohanji. Please unmute yourself. I will be starting your presentation.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. As already introduced by Mr. Manpreet, I am Krishna Mohan, Deputy General Manager and heading the branch of National Small Industries Corporation. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, but a little cracking. I think maybe because of the microphone. Please speak a little slowly.
Okay. So the National Small Industries Corporation, NSIC, is a Government of India enterprise under Ministry of MSME, that is Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. And the NSIC has been working for the promotion and development of MSMEs through various schemes like marketing, financial, technology, etc. So you can run my presentation so that it will be visible to all. Hello?
Is the
Can I
presentation?
continue?
Yeah. Is the presentation visible to everyone?
No.
Ramesh Kumar ji, is the presentation visible?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the presentation is visible. Absolutely, it's visible.
Fine. So
Continue, sir.
Okay. So the NSIC has been working through various schemes all over India, and especially during the current COVID situation, NSIC has been giving some special offers also on their products and the rate of interest, etc. So I just go through the schemes what we have. Like first of all, what is MSME? The definition of the MSME as per the MSME Act 2006 is investment in plant and machinery up to 25 lakhs is a small enterprise, and up to 5 crores is a 25 lakhs is a micro enterprise, and up to 5 crores is a small, and beyond 5 to 10 is a medium scale. However, it is going to be changed from 1st of July this year, like for service and manufacturing, the investment up to 1 crore and 5 crores is a micro enterprise, and the investment in plant and machinery up to 10 crores and the turnover up to 50 crores is a small enterprise, and the investment up to 50 crores and the turnover up to 2.5 crores, 250 crores is a medium enterprise. So what NSIC does, we extend marketing support. So under the marketing support, that is raw material distribution, single point registration, consortia and tender marketing, e-marketing portal, that is B2B, and we also make the MSMEs to participate in various exhibitions, both domestic and international, whereas the units will be able to get subsidies. And under credit support, we have raw material scheme, bill discounting, and also we help the people under our banking tie-up. Under technology, we extend training and rapid incubation at various places in our technical centers. So under raw material distribution, NSIC aggregates the raw material requirements of MSMEs and sign MOUs with various organizations, both private.
Krishna Kumar ji, 1 second just. I think there's some problem. People are not able to see the slide. Hold on, please.
Yeah. Raw material distribution.
Just a second.
Maybe fifth one.
Yeah. No, the slide was correct, but people were not able to see. Let me just restart the slide share. 1 second.
Okay, okay.
I hope it's visible now. Can you
Yeah.
can type?
Yeah.
Slides are visible. Continue, sir.
Okay. So under marketing support, the raw material distribution, NSIC aggregates the raw material requirements of the MSMEs, compile the demand, and then with various organizations like NALCO, BALCO, Hindalco. For steel, it is Steel Authority Limited, Ranchi Ispat Nigam Limited, Jindal, etc. So what happens in this? The units will get whatever discounts, because we are buying on the all India level basis, bulk discounts we will get, and those discounts are passed on to the MSMEs. That will be a great advantage for the MSMEs. Next, under single point registration scheme, this enhance the share of purchases by the state government and its bodies from the MSC's sector. NSIC enlists micro and small enterprises to undertake supply of various items and services to government departments. The units registered with NSIC are considered directly with the purchasing agencies. There is no registration to be done with each and every PSU. So NSIC carries out capacity assessment of production and financial capability of MSCs and registering them. So what are the benefits? The micro, because the government is giving more trust for the development of MSCI sector, and to help the micro and small enterprises, government has laid down certain rules and regulations. So the units registered with NSIC will be able to get the following benefits, like issue of exemption from payment of earnest money deposit. So this is a very, very major part which happens, which will help the MSMEs, MSCs, like which every tender you have to pay EMD, that is earnest money deposit, and while it will take time to finalize the tenders, so your money is blocked there. So what happens? Why you, when you have the certificate, when you have the certificate, you will be able to, you need not pay this EMD and can participate in any, in n number of tenders each day, because every tender is now e-tendering, and you can participate by just enclosing the copy of the certificate. Again, in tender participation, MSC is quoting price within the presentation, within the price band of L1 plus 15%, or 25% of requirement by bringing down their price to L1 price, where L1 is not MSC. Here, the thing is, when you, as a micro or small enterprise, when you quote 110 rupees, and if the quotation of the other party is 100 rupees, that is L1, which is, for example, a medium scale or a large scale, then you will be able to match with the price, that is L1. That is, if you are able to give at 100 rupees, then you can get 25% of that particular order. Out of which, again, for women entrepreneurs it is 3%, and for entrepreneurs it is 4% reservation is there. So there is a great advantage for micro and small enterprises to take advantage of this, and 25% of the total purchases have to be procured from micro and small enterprises by the government organizations. So it is a mandate as per the public procurement policy. So, my dear friends, all of you have the very advantage of knowing this and registering with NSIC. You will be able to enhance your business through government agencies. So, again, women and SC/ST entrepreneurs have a very great advantage. There are 300 items are reserved exclusively for the micro and small enterprises, and it has to be procured by any government organization from the micro and small enterprises. Those items you can just see on the website. 358 items reserved for MSAs. If you type like that, you will be able to get it. And again, this is, if you have a certificate, you will be able to get the tenders. You can directly participate in the tenders of any government organization. And again, suppose the order is more, what we also helps the micro and small enterprises by making them a consortia, and NSIC will participate on their behalf and see that order is realized, and NSIC then distributes that order to the micro and small enterprises as per their capacity. So again, it is a advantage for the MSCs. Then we have a B2B portal. This is very important now because the COVID has taught us a lesson. At sitting at home, we should be able to manage our things now. So how long it will continue, we do not know. So NSIC has brought out a B2B portal. So this B2B portal, the annual membership fees is 6,000 rupees. But whereas because of the COVID, so NSIC, to help the MSMEs, has given a special offer and discount of 50%. That is valid up to 30th June, that is tomorrow. So every one of you, I would request and urge upon you to immediately make the payment itself and send the application to us. I will send the form to Mr. Manpreet so that it can be circulated to all. So what do you get out of this? It is a provides the product display platform to MSMEs. As you know, now everybody would be participating in exhibitions and everything to display their products. But now because of this COVID, we do not know, such platforms will not take place now, at least for another 6 months.
Krishnamanji?
Better access to international and domestic NITs and trade leads. You will be able to generate your trade links and facilities to have joint ventures and provides a platform for buyer seller meet, and also like used machinery international languages, multiple languages. So you can just see that site what happens, like you will be given a login password once you make payment and submit the application. You will be the information login password. You can just go into the site and search all these engines and just have to add a, you can create a mini website on this. So what you can do on this. And one more thing, that is we have a credit facilitation scheme. We extend financial support under raw material assistance scheme against bank guarantee. So whatever working capital limits you have, if that is not sufficient, so you can convert your bank guarantee into a fund base wherein we can give you the finance. This happens like this, we shall be making payments to your suppliers. So you will be able to payment to us within 180 days. Here the advantage is the rate of interest is like earlier it was 11%, but during the COVID time the interest has been reduced by 1.5%. So that comes to 9.5%. If you have a CRISIL rating, so it will come to, you will be given 5 to 1% concession. So it may come down to, if it is SME 1 rating, then it will come down to 5%. And if you have SME 2, then it will be like there is interest subvention of 2%. So if you have not utilized that from the bank, then you can utilize it for NIC. Up 1 crore, you will have 2% subvention interest. So it comes down to 7% for a small individual enterprise, and if it is 7.5%, and if it is like micro enterprise, it is 7%. So it is a good rate of interest, and you can use your bank guarantee, because if you are giving a bank guarantee or LC, that is locked there. But whereas if you are giving to NSIC, then we can release to N as per your request. Suppose if you are able to get some material at a cheaper cost from XYZ unit, we can release to them. It is even to traders also we can release, to manufacturers also we can release as per your choice. So that is a very good scheme again. Then we have a credit support scheme. Like many people are not able to approach the bank directly and not able to get the loans, so they can approach us. We have about 20 to 25 banks who have signed MOUs with us, so we shall try with them and get your loan sanctioned. Here we do not charge anything from you, the customer. We don't charge anything. It's a free service. And again, we have a bill discounting scheme. Just recently, it has been started. So here, your bills, whatever you have supplied to your private companies or government companies, can be discounted through NSIC. That is done against bank guarantee again. So either the buyer can give or seller can give the bank guarantee. So the limits can be fixed as per that limit. And then we have technology support. Under this, we have 8 technical centers and 7 livelihood business incubation centers and even training come incubation centers at various places. So under this, skill development training is being imparted. So you can be able to get skill development from these centers. Developed people like immediately there are many people who have started their own ventures, small units they have established after taking the training. And some people have joined MSMEs and large scale industries like that because they are given on the job training. It is not just a theory, it is a complete practical training. And we have National SC/ST Hub. NSIC is the nodal agency for running the NSIC's SC/ST Hub. So under this, for SC/ST, there are various concessions, and whatever registrations we are doing, like single point registration, B2B membership, it is free to them, and they can enroll immediately with just nominal fees. And if they have any bank guarantees they have given, so that processing fee also they will be able to get concessions. And under Swachh Bharat mission, we all of you must be practicing those practices, and we also request you to avoid the using of the single-use plastic and be eco-friendly. And again, this is a very important topic. Under exhibitions, as I said, we also organize exhibitions. Any exhibition which you are going to participate in India, anywhere. It is not necessary that the exhibition should be in Mumbai. Participate in other parts of the country also. So you will be able to get 80% as a subsidy. For example, if the stall rent is 1 lakh, so 80% will be as a subsidy. You will be able to get. That is, reimbursement will be done. For women entrepreneurs and SC/ST entrepreneurs, it is 100%. So it is almost free for them. And apart from this, on the stall rent, there is a contingency expenditure also. For that also we are giving some fund. So maximum one entrepreneur can get up to 1.5 lakhs, a maximum limit in any domestic exhibition. So if anybody is interested to participate in those exhibitions, when will it happen now after the COVID? But this is the fundamental thing. So anybody is interested can approach us. So like under space rent, 80% subsidy on built up space for general category, and 100% for SC and women entrepreneurs. And contingency expenditure up to a maximum of 25,000 rupees. So this is what we have from NSIC, and I would welcome for any questions, and I would request every one of you to take advantage of the scheme and enroll yourself, register with NSIC, and enhance your business. And I'm thankful to Mr. Manpreet, who has been in touch with me for a long time, and we have been discussing that let us do. So finally, 2 days back, he called me and said, "See, if you want to do it, do it." He wanted to have in July, but then I suggested that let us have it on Monday, so that we know that there is a discount of 50% on our B2B membership. So if we do in July, then people may say that we don't know. So we wanted that to spread to everybody, and you can just go to our website, and if you are making a directly payment, so you can just go to the BO Andheri link and then click there, so that it will reflect to us. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I will send the application form and the bank details, etc. So you can make the payment into that bank account through NEFT and submit the form. It will be much easier also for you, also for us also. And then I would request every one of you to participate. And if you have any need any questions, please raise. And I once again thank you all for participating in this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Krishnamohanji. We had some technical issues with the sound, so it was coming and going a little bit, but the presentation was working fine. Just for the information of all those who have joined, we will be circulating this presentation by email.
आवाज नहीं आ रही आपकी?
मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही? अभी आ रही है मेरी आवाज? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, Krishnamohanji, thank you very much. It was a good presentation. We had some technical issues, so we were not able to listen to a little bit of what you were saying. We will be circulating the presentation to all those who have joined and all those who have registered. So, किसी ने अगर अपना email ID नहीं दिया है, I request you all to please in the chat box type out all your email IDs so that you all can interact amongst yourself also, and we can circulate all the presentations to you all. So this will also give a chance. Networking आजकल possible नहीं है, so treat this as a networking session also. Please feel to interact amongst yourself.
कौन?
And we will be sharing the presentations with everybody.
आपका मोबाइल में शुरू करो.
अच्छा.
ये
और
इसमें क्या हो गया?
Another thing, we will be now just highlighting a little bit, जो Krishnamohanji has told us, just for the benefit of all, that the NSIC support gives us.
इसमें जाके हो जाओ ना, हो जाएगा.
एक second. So NSIC support gives us bill discounting facilities, bank credit facilitation, like Mr. Krishnamohanji said that they are having an MOU with 25 banks. So I think we can utilize that. Raw material assistance, government procures in bulk for us and we can take from them. So we can compare the prices. And MSME companies, raw material is one of the major issues. Because our quantities are not that high that we are buying as compared to large companies. So we can take this advantage for procurement of raw material. Single point registration gives us the advantage of getting all the information on the tenders that are coming out. Now we know that under the new scheme, we have 25% procurement support for all government procurements. So we can utilize this for our sales, which helps MSMEs grow. Then you have the national SCST hub, which gives a lot of supports, including marketing support for exhibitions and everything, which we saw that for SCST, it is 100% subsidized. And for the other companies, MSME companies, it is about 80% subsidy, which is a substantial amount. I have a habit of talking with examples. So I would like to tell everybody that these are some of the schemes that me being an exporter, I have personally used. And, you know, even not only domestic fairs, even for fairs abroad, when we export, this is a big advantage. You know, there's a limit of 1.5 lakhs. So when we are participating in an exhibition abroad, we get a refund of this amount that is spent, including flight tickets. So, and the exhibition space. So these are the schemes that we should utilize, and we should ensure that all of us, being an MSME company, being in such problems today, to come out of it, these are the marketing support from the government of India, which we should utilize. Like we also saw that there are skill development services, there's infrastructure support that the government is giving, and the material testing laboratories and the laboratories that we are having. And we ensure that NSIC is also helping us to procure the technologies. There are a lot of technology support services that are available. So these are the things also that we can utilize from NSIC. We had shared Krishna Mohan ji's contact details, and you all are free to contact Krishna Mohan ji. I request you that once again, if in the chat box also you can give your email ID and contact, that will be nice for everybody to connect. I would share the screen once again if people are interested. 1 second, so that they have this contact details. I hope everybody can see the NSIC contact details slide. Thank you. These will be mailed to you anyways, to everybody. I now call upon our next speaker, Shri G. Ramesh Kumar ji. And he has been instrumental along with Shri Avinash Dalal ji, who's heading the All India Manufacturers Association and IMA MSME, and that is also a national body. Ramesh Kumar ji has been with us since a while. I would like to inform one thing that, you know, as Indian Chamber of International Business, as ICIB, we are partners with 248 organizations across the country. So these are trade organizations, industry organizations, and also that focus on the grassroots. Now, why we are involved with all these, I would like to highlight that every industry body has its own specialty. Some are grassroots organizations, some are industry organizations, some organizations help you with technology support, educational support. We as a body connect with all these organizations and take care of their international connect. We ensure that a rural organization out of Bhopal, for example, wants their members to export, so we assist them. So we are a more, I would say, like an NGO operations, where we support without any fees or charges for our members and for the members of all these organizations too. So if anybody needs any kind of support, please approach your organization and they in turn can approach us, and we will be more than happy to assist you for any kind of support to MSMEs. Now for our next speaker, Ramesh Kumar ji is the Director General with All India MSME Association. He's based out of Mumbai. He's also the founder and chairman and MD of SSLR Bharat Group of Companies. He's a philanthropist, author and recipient of the prestigious Karamveer Chakra Award 2019 by United Nations, and for leading social change and changing mindsets. He's also on the various boards of startup companies, National Council for News and Broadcasting, International Human Rights Advisory Council. He's a member of Global Leaders Community Leadership Excellence from Harvard Square, USA, and the Institute of Directors, India. I'm sure that his information and value that he will be sharing with us today is something that we will all be able to use. And he is going to speak on a very important topic. You know, we've all been hearing 3 lakh crores is available to us, but nobody's told us till now how to get that 3 lakh crore. So Rameshji, I feel that, you know, you are our route to becoming multimillionaires from the support of Government of India. So please, the floor is yours.
So thank you so much, Manpreet ji. Namaste to one and all, first of all. It was a brief introduction of mine. Thank you so much. And very glad to be here in this forum with other panelists, Sri Krishna Mohan ji, who is from NSIC, and Dr. L.K. Pandey ji, Chairman of Indian Industries Association. And I think I should really appreciate Manpreet ji for arranging this forum on behalf of Indian Chamber of International this is business, right? International business, yes. So, a lot has been spoken about MSME schemes happening in, which has been launched, and we thought, you know, it is very important that many of the MSMEs are unaware about the scheme in detail in a capsule form. We thought, you know, we will highlight some all those schemes in a capsule form for the benefit of all of you. And so let me just take you through the presentation. I would like to share with you a brief about All India MSME Association, and also share the schemes which have been introduced by the ministry. So I'll just give me a moment, please. Yeah. Is it clear, Manpreet ji? Is the screen viewable? Hello, Manpreet ji, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible and you're visible also.
Yeah, I hope the screen is also
yeah, it's
very
perfect.
much. Yeah,
it's perfect.
So handholding of MSME companies is what and the benefits of government schemes. So let me take you to the next. Yeah, about a little about I'm MSME and our mission. All India MSME Association is founded by Dr. Avinash K. Dalal Nalawala. Is a former director of Dina Bank, Central Cottage Industries Corporation of India, and a former member of National Board of MSME, with the aim and object for the growth, development, and progress of MSME sector and MSME entrepreneurs. We have been in the industry last 9 years, established on 11 November 2011. Our mission is very clear. We want to facilitate all the sectors for sustainable prosperity through collaborative efforts, knowledge-based skills, modern technology, and by ethical means, as an apex chamber of commerce, industry, and agriculture for the nation. Primarily, this is what our mission is. We are also associated with CI, all the apex bodies, including Confederation of Indian Industry, Indian Merchant Chambers, ASSOCHAM, ASMECHAM. We have more than 8,000 plus members in our gamut, whom we are servicing last more than 9 years today. This is our think tank, led by our leader, Dr. Avinash K. Dalal ji, and the expertise which he is working on entrepreneurial development. Likewise, you can see all the other expertise we have: bank and project financing, investment banking, lean management, productivity, forex business, SME solutions from land to listing, insolvency and bankruptcy code, audit and compliance, taxation, hedging, credit rating, Make in India concept, international trade, business model, and definitely on NPA challenges. So as a one-stop shop, we are just not an association. We are here to share our expertise in each of these domain to all the MSMEs. We have more than 6.5 crore of registered MSMEs in the MSME ambit, and we are servicing them. So we have MSMEs who reach out to us, and we provide this kind of expertise to one and all. All our objectives are: we make representations to central and state government and semi-public authorities, on various challenges which MSMEs face today. We are, as a think tank, we provide necessary inputs for development and growth of the sector. We conduct surveys and prepare research reports. We create awareness and educate MSMEs. We consult MSMEs in various initiatives on Stand Up India and Make in India, and with the recent initiative of Atmanirbhar Abhiyan, which was introduced by our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, of coming vocal for local products and go global. So we handhold MSMEs in achieving their goals and their endeavors. We also support MSMEs in the NPA related matters. If it is any, there are challenges pertaining to banks or NBFCs or anything of that concerns which comes to us, we ensure that we go very micro and help them in achieving their in clearing their matters. We tackle the issues there. Our activities, we promote. There are regular promotional activities we do. We identify job opportunities for MSMEs. We have companies whom we connect to people who are willing to reach out to in terms of employment and empowering MSMEs. Support MSMEs in setting up auxiliary units for value-added products. We also promote private participation. With ITI, we regularly conduct exhibitions, seminars, and other events. This is one of the events, and various such events we conduct on a regular basis. Entrepreneurship development is one key element. We We collaborate with universities. We have recently, signed with Geetham University and various other universities on how we could empower entrepreneurs, the aspiring entrepreneurs, and help them. So we bridge the gap between the corporate and the students there. We also establish bilateral trade and ensuring that MSMEs reach out to have presence in globally also with with various nations. We have a pan-India presence. We headquartered in Mumbai. We have chapters across all the states. We have 4 zones across, and we have chapters in each state. So all the MSMEs in each state can reach out to our chapter, state chapters, and talk to them, and we can always take up your issues and concerns, and we can take it forward. So this is in a brief about All India MSME Association in a nutshell. I'd like to share with you a couple of challenges MSMEs always face. We always speak about lack of marketing or lack of financing or technology and all of that. So I'm not touching on all of this. So there are these challenges which always comes in, and we hear about all these challenges in various forums, whether it is a seminar or a conference. But what we are doing here is we are trying to come to the last mile, the grassroots, and trying to see how we can make a turnaround for them, how we can be a solution ranger in terms of All India MSME, handholding them and connecting to the right entities. The existing schemes which have been introduced by the government, I get a lot of requests saying they don't know the concern, saying that they are not aware about the schemes, because you have to go to the Ministry of MSME site. There are a lot of articles written. The understanding is very meager. So we thought we will share some thoughts about the kind of schemes, existing schemes also. PMEGP scheme is one of the important schemes here, launched from the Prime Minister's PMO's house, the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. There are around 4 to 5 schemes in this particular category. Around 11 schemes in the development of Khadi, village and coir industries today. Technology upgradation, quality certification, around 8 to 9 of them. 3 schemes in the marketing promotion. There are schemes in entrepreneurship and skill development program, infrastructure development program, schemes of surveys, studies and policies research, 45 days criteria. Majority of the the new aspiring entrepreneurs are not aware about it, how they can protect their protection against, they get the protection against the delayed payments. Hefty 50% subsidy on patent registration. One can actually register, you can take a benefit of the patent by paying only 50%. 1% exemption on interest rate on the overdraft, industrial promotion subsidy. You also get concession in electricity bills. Many of the MSMEs are not aware about it. Reimbursement of ISO certification charges, another one. Classification of advances into NPS. Likewise, there are many of those schemes which are introduced by government on a time-to-time basis, and majority of the MSMEs are not aware about it. And recently, with the COVID scenario, in fact, we have been seeing that a lot of challenges MSMEs have been facing. Factories have been shut down. Things are not happening. It's a great support in this COVID era of COVID that our government has continuously tried to stimulate the economy by various measures. So I'd like to share with you the benefits which was been proposed by the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which was led by Honorable Finance Minister on 13th May. Primarily talking about the classification. Business was always classified on the basis of investments in plant and machinery equipment, and now this added advantage to it. The turnover criteria has been added in. So if you see the definition, everybody is aware about it, but I'm just sharing this for the benefit of those who are getting to know about it. So if you see the old, in terms of old classification, the new announcement has come to more than 250 crore is what the maximum which has been given in the MSME, the medium enterprise category. I'll go ahead in terms of the other important benefits. One has been the emergency credit line to businesses from the banks, up to 20% of the entire outstanding credit as on 29th of February 2020. You are eligible for a collateral-free automatic loan. Now there are certain criteria. The turnover has to be above up to 100 crore with a 1-year moratorium and a 4-year tenure is what has been announced. The interest will remain as it is levied by all the banks and the NBFCs, and the scheme is can be availed up to 31st of October 2020. One very important point here is everybody talks about, will every MSME get it? No, not every MSME will get this scheme. There is a 45 lakh MSMEs who are existing borrowers. For that is where they are going to get the benefit of this 3 lakh crore package out of the 20 lakh crore which was holistically which was announced. So these 45 lakh MSMEs are in the process should reach out to all the banks, and they should be able to avail this benefit in the interaction with the banks and on the respective banks. So subordinated debt is of around 20,000 crore has been allocated. All the NPA cases which has been considered for a better understanding. If I to give an example here, if I have a loan, if I have an NPA with let's say Bank of Baroda, for example, and that's already gone in NPA, so I can take a loan from State Bank of India, and State Bank of India will give me a loan based on this subordinated debt scheme, and I can repay I'll have to ensure that if I go into liquidation, if I'm not able to pay, I need to first clear the Bank of Baroda loan and then get the benefit, and then repay the State Bank of India loan. So State Bank of India will not ask you for it will give me that benefit of will give me the convenience to, or the space to pay the loan which I have taken from the existing bank, and then that's how the facility is being designed in. So many of the MSMEs are still not clear about the methodology of this particular subordinate debt. Equity infusion in MSMEs with viable business. Now these are for startups and very aspiring entrepreneurs. So there are many MSMEs who are getting into the business. They have been looking out to take funds from a private equity or venture capitalist. Government has come out with a corpus of 10,000 crores for all those startups who can apply to the ministry, to the banks, by sharing their project, which would be very much viable and scalable project. And that is from this fund of fund. That is what this corpus of 10,000 crore equity is being announced in. So this is a great boon to all the startup companies. They should reach out to the banks and try to avail this benefit. The government procurement up to 200 crore is being exclusively given to the MSMEs. So MSMEs now come onto the is on a level playing field with other corporates. So basically, the global tenders have been being disallowed for others. So MSMEs have a better has got an advantage to this particular benefit. There are a lot of projects which government regularly come up with, and so MSMEs can back those orders up to 200 crores. The receivables from Government of India and central public sector enterprise will be released by 45 days. This was one announcement. So I think government has already started doing it, and many of the MSMEs have started receiving their receivables. E-market linkage for MSMEs has been promoted by the ministry. This is exactly a replacement of all the trade fairs and exhibitions. Now we used to regularly get invites for trade fairs and exhibitions across all the country. And so with the present scenario, everything is going to be on an online platform. And as I heard from Krishna Mohanji, even NSIC is also have this platform, msmemart.com. And so basically any MSME can get themselves registered there and display their products and services, and that can go global. So when it is online, everything is accessed by anyone and across the world. So e-market linkage is a great support to MSMEs. So these are the six benefits which I have thought out of the detailed report of the schemes. I thought let me give you a capsule form of in the form of a capsule form and share it with you. Now, besides this, other measures includes the PF contribution by the government. Many of the MSMEs are not aware about this. 24% of the monthly wages is getting credited into the PF account for the next 3 months for wage earners below 15,000 per month. For those MSMEs having less than who are having less than 100 workers, I think all those MSMEs in this category should avail this benefit. Advance to workers from PF's account. This is another boon to it. From the Employee Provident Fund, there is a non-refundable advance which you can make of 75% of the amount or 3 months of the wages, whichever is low. So this is one more added benefit. Income tax refunds are made ensured got into the fast track. All those pending refunds up to 5 lakhs have been done immediately, benefiting all those 14 lakhs of taxpayers. On the duty drawbacks, this is one thing. One second. I'm sorry. Yeah. So there is this special refund and drawback disposal drive for all the pending refund and the drawback claim. This is also one of the other advantage to it. Extension of due dates for all the GST monthly filings done to June 2020. That this month end it is getting was given. I hope many of the MSMEs are aware about it. If not, please you can take that benefit as well. 24/7 custom clearance till 30th June again. Term loan payment, there's a 3-month moratorium which is again enhanced now. The first phase and the second phase also has come in. Reduction of TDS and TCS rates have been reduced from 25%, that is till 31st of March 2021. Due dates have been extended for the ITR and the tax audit. ITR to 30th of November 2020, and for tax audit it is 31st of October. So in a nutshell, this is what I have for you. I thought, let me give you just because of the paucity of time, I think Manpreet ji, I could cover the basic things in terms of the schemes. And I'm very glad that for your patient hearing, and looking forward to any of those questions or anything which we can address in. Before that, I would also like to also share that MSMEs, you should all the MSMEs should take the benefit of the schemes available. It is if you see the statistics, we have around 9. I have some statistics which I could make out. Around 98 lakh of MSMEs have only registered for the 98 lakh only have registered for the Udyog Aadhar. Many of the MSMEs have not even gone for the Udyog Aadhar. When the announcement came in, everybody was rushing that whether we will also get the 3 lakh crores. But that is not how it is. It has to be understood well. Many of the, and I would say 99% of the MSMEs registered are the micro entrepreneurs. So the rickshaw wala, the pan wala or the chai wala or all of those segments, the micro entrepreneurs are the major, and who are not been able to understand what are the schemes. And we are encouraging banks to reach out to them. NSIC is doing an excellent role. Associations like ours, International Chamber of ICIB, and various other associations have been putting their best to create awareness programs. So I think I urge all the MSMEs who are not registered, they need to be encouraged to come and take the benefit of the schemes. And existing MSMEs who are registered, they should also get their Udyog Aadhar, and please speak to the bankers, your respective bankers, understand the schemes well. They are under tremendous pressure. The ministry has to give this particular benefit to all the MSMEs. So it is not that the ministry has announced a particular scheme and it doesn't reach to the last mile. It should not happen that way. We are here to help you, or we are here to support you. Please reach out to us if you have a challenge from your respective bank. We will talk to the banks and the NBFCs on your behalf, and we'll ensure that your problems are tackled in. It could be any problem, any challenges respect to any functions related to your business. the idea is we are trying to give to bring in ease of doing business. We understand MSME is the backbone of the economy today, and MSMEs need to be supported and handled. So that's precisely is what I'm leaving this thought with. Thank you so much for patient hearing. Thank you so much, Manpreet ji, for giving me this opportunity. I'm glad that I could share my thoughts, and you would be in a good position to take some insights of whatever I had shared. Thank you so much, and dhanyavad.
Thank you, Ramesh Kumarji. It's been our pleasure to listen to you and all the things that you've highlighted today. So basically, if you ask me the gist of what it is, MSME की lottery नहीं लगी है, but हाँ, lot of money available for people who are in genuine troubles, people who would like to get out of it. And I'm sure even in our chamber has written to the government to look at legacy issues also. The problems that have not come up now, but have come up in the last 3 years. Let it be demonetization, let it be GST, let it be other similar issues. So we are working on that also. We have written to the government that you need to come out with the schemes for helping MSME companies for those sectors and those problems also. It's awaited. Some of the issues are taken into consideration, some of them are not. We are really waiting, and we hope that the government gives us a good patient hearing. Hello. Can you all hear me? Am I audible? Okay, so I'll continue. So we found that in Ramesh Kumarji's presentation, it covered two major issues, which is sales and finance. These are the two main issues that we have been having for the MSME traditionally, which has been a problem. So a lot of government schemes are there. I was reading the chat boxes. I find that everybody saying that, yes, we know the scheme, but how to go about it? How can we actually go and utilize the schemes? So for that, you have all these chambers. There are hundreds of chambers. I mean, you pick up your phone or you Google it, you will get so many details. You can call up any of these chambers and tell them that this is the scheme of the government that I want to utilize. How can you help me? Don't stick with that. Oh, we want to become a member or we want to do this. Just come to the point, call up the chamber, or you might be members a lot of places. This is my problem and this is what I need help with. I'm sure they will never say no. So this is one thing that we really need to pressurize our chambers and our governments to help us. The schemes are there. They are there for the people. They are there for the companies. They're there for the MSMEs. We want these to be utilized. So if any of you all need any of the assistance with any of the government schemes under any sector, please feel free to approach either of our organizations. We are available always. Please do send an email. We have another association with us today, which is the IIA, which is the Delhi chapter. Ajay Singh ji is there. And Ajay ji, can you hear me? And LK Pandey ji is the chairman for IIA Delhi chapter. Pandey ji, can I have you?
Hello.
Haji Ajay ji.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, Ajay ji, I request you to introduce Pandey ji, and we can go ahead with his enlightening words.
Yeah. Good afternoon to everybody. This is Ajay Singh from Indian Industry Association Chamber of Commerce. This is the largest chamber body in north part of India. We are having more than 10,000 paid members in 6 states. So now my chairman is already online. He is Dr. L.K. Pandey. Dr. Pandey? Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Dr. Pandey is here. He will speak. I'm just giving an introduction to what we are doing. In north part of India after COVID, we have done a very big major exercise to provide employment to migrant laborers. So we have committed with government of UP, and we are in process of doing the same thing in with Delhi government to provide jobs, 3 lakh jobs to these migrant laborers. Till date, 80,000 jobs we have provided to under a MOU signed by UP government. So this is a big exercise. near about 65 chapters in 6 states are involved in these practices. And this is a unique initiative where some other chambers like CII, which has given committed for 1 lakh, but it is a challenge for us to meet the target of 3 lakhs. But we are fairly doing better, and with the wishes of everybody, we'll solve this major problem of migrant laborers. Now I'll hand over mic to Dr. Pandey, who is chapter chairman to Delhi National Chapter. We have 65 chapters. Our head office is located in Lucknow in UP, and we are board to every constituent ministries like Ministry of Commerce, like PMO and NBMSME boards. So, and we are doing all kinds of activities. Now I'm handing over my mic to Dr. Pandey. Dr. Pandey?
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
So, this is Dr. L.K. Pandey, Chapter Chairman of Indian Industries Association, Delhi. We have our office at Jandewala Extension. I think I'm audible properly.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Audible.
okay, fine. So I was just, listening, various speakers today, and I'm sorry that I joined this session quite late as I was attending a doctor today. So the thing which I feel now the time has come that entrepreneurs have major responsibility, why I'm speaking not as a leader of this association, but as an entrepreneur. What I have experimented during last uh, almost 90 days, that is something which is very peculiar. And I think entrepreneurs, they have to prepare themselves first, and then actually government is doing whatever government can do. Its departments can do, and I don't think that everything will come immediately to us, but it will take time. And we as an entrepreneur, first we have to do some homework. Our own homework, and I think that is very important, because every industry, every unit, every venture has uh, entirely different set of issues, set of problems, and set of liabilities. And just you were mentioning that it's not new. Only COVID-19 is not the problem for MSMEs. In fact, we were suffering from these problems in past 3-4 years. Just starting with demonetization, GST, and various other things came up. So I think it's not only the COVID-19 problem which crippled MSMEs. So I think many industries, many these entrepreneurs, they are overburdened with the liabilities, overburdened with the waggages, defaults from the banks. So whatever scheme they are coming, so it's not necessary that everyone will be qualifying for those things. So let us do our own homework, our own strategy. We know our industry better, we know our customers better, and rather than just focusing immediately for overseas market, let us find low hanging fruit, low hanging customers who are very close to you, try to satisfy them, and then once slowly and slowly we get back on track. I think these schemes will also be helpful, and certainly our markets will expand. But for all my friends who come to me for a small piece of counseling, I suggest them that based on my own experience, that you start as a startup company. You just forget those legacies for some time, and once you forget, I think your feet are more grounded, and I think then you can decide uh, in real terms, because what finance you have, what capabilities you have, how much workforce is with you. And we as entrepreneur, we have to start, I mean, soiling our hands first. We have to take lead from the front, and we have to set the example. Come and start opening gates yourself. Not don't be dependent on your workers and your senior managers. No, you need to stand in front of the team. And I think team is waiting for that. And follow all those advisory which government is issuing. I mean, all those are very scientific, very logical, and we have to follow those. And certainly for running our own industry, I think we have to do our own homework, and we have to start I mean, running, opening our units. So IIA has been advocating all these, I mean, facts. And we have been partner with the I mean, state governments in managing what you say, reverse migration, then remigration, and then getting calling back workers, motivating them to come back to enjoying industry, and giving all kind of facility. And going forward, we will also be focusing more on nutrition, I mean, health issues of our workers. I mean, you go at any enterprise, any factory, you can see the health condition of workers also. So I think the time has come that we need to invest not only on our customers, on our factory machines, but on our workers. So health has become most I mean, the point which need attention today. So I think and one thing I want to say here, that I was expecting much more from NSIC, much more. I mean, this is the time when NSIC has to be more vocal for the local technologies, more vocal. I mean, visibility has been very less. I mean, if I see, compared to even local associations, industry associations, and we all look upward at NSIC, that I mean, they will be torch bearer, they will be the guide for industry, MSMEs in country. So I think more responsibilities they 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 need to soldier. And the schemes, very beautiful schemes they have, not for this COVID, post COVID era, but already they have. And I can say, I mean, it's not, I have never measured, but maybe 80% people are not very well aware of these schemes. So awareness of those schemes, I mean, need to be spread by various means. And last thing which I want to, I mean, suggest to my entrepreneur friends, that see, this is clearly digital era now. And you need to utilize all those digital platforms, and whether it is from government or other customers, or overseas partners. So first thing you need to do, prepare yourself for this digital transformation. So for this, you need whatever product you are manufacturing or marketing, everything has to come on this digital platform. So be, I mean, adopt as early as possible. And certainly you can make big business. You can restart your business again. You can be back on the track. And this example, personally, if someone want to speak with me, I can explain, because every time, I mean, if I say that I have been doing very well, really I have been doing very well in last 3 years. I have never seen those fat checks, I mean, which I have been receiving during this lockdown period. I never expected, but I'm getting it, because I did my own SWOT analysis. What is strength? What is weakness? What is opportunities emerging? And what are the threats? There are big threats, that what industry we are running. Maybe most of these units may be getting outdated, and we are not knowing. See, maybe your factory may not be giving production, but there are demands, there are customers, people are doing business. but people are making money also. So and I have made good money. I never thought that lockdown is going to be I mean money minting kind of period for me. I mean just working from home, and people have started trusting each other, and that's great. People know that physical meetings are not possible, collecting checks not possible. So I think this is the time when we have to develop trust. We have to ensure people that okay, we are here for long term. So that is the way, I mean, how we have to go forward, adopting, embracing these digital platforms, and utilizing all those government schemes, and not only schemes. I see that many our colleagues, many our industry partners, they are helping each other. So look towards them also. If somebody is having some good business, I mean you can collaborate with them. So thanks a lot from this. That's all from my side. Thank you, Manpreet.
Pandey ji, thank you so much. I would like to say direct dil se tha, and I really agree with most of your views. मैंने पहले भी कहा था, I have a habit of talking with examples. तो मैं अपने दो example देना चाहूँगा, एक personal और एक ये chamber का. जब लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ तो everybody came out with lot of webinars and sessions and everything. So we decided that okay, when everybody is doing it, this is a time to be with family. Let's let people be with their families, let people stay at home. To 1 month, 2 months, 2.5 months, we said chalo theek hai. But as we have to introspect and look at where we are heading, so as a chamber then we decided okay, no, this is going to stay. People have had enough time with their families. Now it is a time to move out of the comfort zones and do your business. You really need money. Every company, every MSME needs to get out and produce and to manufacture. And with the current situation of China, I think this is a huge opportunity. Matlab, the Indian mentality today against China is going up phenomenally. So that is a huge boost to the Indian industry. And if you really ask me, some of the Chinese organizers of exhibitions and some chambers, they approached us saying that, we can give you whatever you want. We said, no, it is not our call. It is the people's call. What you take up with the institutions and you can do whatever you want. Within 1 hour, they sent us a list of 4,500 Chinese manufacturers, properly sorted. Take what you want. So you can imagine the effect that we are having as a market on them. That earlier, when you used to approach them that we need a manufacturer, they used to say, nay, not this, not that, with so many ifs and buts and conditions. And today they are sending us a list of manufacturers of 4,500 companies. So you can imagine this entire business can stay within the country and revive the entire manufacturing sector. It is a huge boost that we as a country are getting today. And like Pandeyji said, I think it is, you really need to introspect and you can't stick with your legacy. We have been in this industry of footwear manufacturing and component manufacturing since 45 years now, maybe slightly more. But we have also changed with time. Every 5-7 years, if we don't change, we become redundant. And I think this was time had come that you need to change and you need to introspect. वे आदमी जूता कपड़ा पहनना बंद तो नहीं कर देगा. They might reduce or they might stop for some time, but at the end of the day, it revives. In this time of the lockdown, you speak to anybody who's into pharma, anybody who's into food, anybody who's into packaging, they are doing phenomenally well. I mean, even a local khane pina wala wants to package their product now. There is shortage of packaging. Everybody wants to brand their product. Everybody wants to package their product. So these industries are doing phenomenally well. And yes, you need to diversify, you need to change. It's not easy. And like Pandeyji said, I really like it very much. Think yourself as a startup. हाँ जो था वो था, जो है वो है, लेकिन अब तो भाई zero से शुरू करना है. The day you decide that it is a helping hand to yourself and you have to help yourself. एक कहावत सुनी थी, God helps those who help themselves. I think it is a time to believe in that. And I really feel that we as industry, we as all these MSME companies have always traditionally worked together and come up. we've already behaved like our ancillaries. अच्छा तुम्हारे पास क्या order है, तुम ये बनाते हो, नहीं बनाते हो, मेरे लिए ये कर दो. That's how the small and medium industry has grown. We had forgotten that, I feel. So it is the time to believe in each other and trust each other, and we feel that we should go ahead and take that extra jump and ensure that we last for a long time to come. So thank you, Pandeyji. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Manpreet ji, if I can add a little.
Yes,
to one
please,
point
please,
to it.
please, please.
So basically, I really appreciate what Dr. Pandeyji mentioned. It's one has to think like a startup, and this is a time we have to look into the opportunities. Because I see many of the MSMEs have lost their heart in terms of they feel that कि कम सब बस सब बर्बाद हो गया, अभी कुछ नहीं बचा, अभी I have to. So no worry, it's a new normal. We call it as a new normal, and let us look at opportunities from this present scenario also. Many of the MSMEs, they have been running their business without having a website. Today, I think the website is your company. This is a phase of your company. So that's something where you need to get digitized. Come on a website, have your own website, use platforms like of msmemart.com and various other companies where you can showcase your products and services. It's a new vision. As a startup, as Pandeyji mentioned, it's a startup. When you start from the bud, let's take it as an opportunity. And I always talk about the law of attraction. You manifest positive and positive comes in. You manifest negative and negative comes in. So this is a time for all of us to come together, and become self-reliant, work on a local platform. And then we were dependent always on the foreign goods. Let us have that, the concept of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. I mean, I really appreciate the kind of vision he brought in. Startup India, Digital India. This came in years back. Now today, that Digital India is only helping us. We have Paytms, RuPay, all of that. So all the transactions are happening on online, digitized. The Jan Dhan account, all the bank accounts were opened in at that point in time. Actually, there is a reason. So I think that vision with he being a visionary, I think today that is all really helping all the country as a whole. And I think the vision of $5 trillion economy is definitely going to happen, and we are going to get our growth back, as always. Read through, and with the support from the government, I think all the MSMEs should relook into their business, and just not that how they can get into their existing business. Maybe we have to diversify based on the needs and requirements of the present scenario. Village industries, including khadi, coir, and all of that. There are a lot of other opportunities. One thing, one should go ahead and take that opportunity and look at, and please reach out to ICIB, reach out to All India MSME Association. We are there to support and help you all out, and I think we will make a difference. Thank you so much, Manpreet ji.
Hanji, I'd like to throw the floor open for question and answers. But I would like to also add one thing, because we have nearly crossed lunchtime. So those who want to leave can leave the meeting. You will all be getting copies of the presentation. I'm sure you all have typed registered, and those who have not registered, you can type your mail ID here. You'll be getting all the presentation. Krishna Mohanji, are you around? Krishna Mohanji? I think he's
very much.
okay. So there are some questions for you.
I have already sent some mails.
Sir, you have two speakers on. एक को mute कर दो. I think phone and this thing. So you have two speakers on.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
एक speaker को mute कर दीजिए.
Yeah.
So I was saying that as we have reached lunchtime, so those who want to leave can leave, but we are having the question answer session now. So Krishna Mohanji from NSIC is here, Pandeyji is here, Ramesh Kumarji is here, I am here for all exports. So feel free to interact and ask your questions, and we'll be happy to help. But we'll stick to only 10 minutes, and then we will call the session to an end. Krishna Mohanji, there was one question for you that a lot of people are asking. कि भाई NSIC जो करना चाहिए था और जितना करना चाहिए था उतना नहीं कर रहे हैं, and second thing is why there is no awareness of all these schemes of NSIC. They have such good schemes.
Sir,
सर एक स्पीकर बंद कर दो.
शायद आपसे हम बहुत दिनों से
सर बाकी सब म्यूट हो जाएं.
हाँ हेलो.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
हाँ एक्चुअली आपसे बहुत दिनों से भी मैं भी बात कर रहा था. इवन जो दिस कोविड itself, I have been able to associate with so many associations and conduct these programs. And we have conducted so many webinars and then able to disseminate. Yes, there are some problems like many people are not aware of the schemes and everything. So, but anyhow, we are trying to reach, and whatever ministry has given, we are able to disseminate. So, and if you see, while I was listening to other speakers, I have just been able to send mails to so many people, to our schemes and everything.
I would like to highlight one thing. I think Krishna Mohan ji is one of the most dynamic NSIC officers. That is why we have him here today. And he's the one who keeps pestering me. So we are talking about NSIC as a whole and not yourself and your office.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
one of the most
See,
dynamic person.
Yeah, you see, NSIC as a whole also, whatever the schemes are there, and that everybody is able to work it out and reach them. But anyhow, that if we can send some mail, then definitely we shall be able to send to our higher ups and do whatever we can. And as I said, this B2B membership, that 50% discount was given only up to March. But whereas we have requested, mainly I have requested, and I have requested some associations also take up, and then it was extended up to June. So that people can, there are many people who have taken advantage of this now. Okay. So similarly, you can see other schemes also. There are many schemes which you can take advantage of that. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Definitely. And you have
And I
already
will send
shared.
them to you.
Yeah, we are going to share everything anyways.
I have sent all. Yes, yes.
1 second, sir.
And
1 second.
request that today and tomorrow they can take the membership, so that it will be, they can use this 50% discount.
Hello.
Yeah. Anything?
Yeah. Perfect. So we'll send out all the details to all the members, your presentation and your contact details also. Thank you so much. There's one question from Rishi Singla ji. You have raised your hand. Rishi ji, are you around?
I'm around. Hi.
Please introduce yourself along with who you are directing your question to.
This is for Mr. Mohan. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Rishi Singla. I represent an Ayurvedic company called Nature's Task. We have Ayurvedic products, and I know it's a great platform, MSME Mart. We tried registering our products online, but for some reason, it is not letting us add any of the products which are not already there. We tried calling the call center as well, but unfortunately, no solution was found. Can you help us? How do we proceed in this kind of case?
I think you can call him personally, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to help.
Right. Thank you.
Krishna Kumar ji, I think you can take it up with him. Next, we have BNP Network. Who's raised your hand? BNP Network? Okay, can we take next one, Mr. Deepak Jain?
Hello.
Yeah, BNP Cafe. Okay.
Thanks to Ramesh ji and inviting the today's session. We are requesting why we are MSME is not appointing to the young chartered accountant for the awareness of these schemes to the industries, because you, as I heard, 80% schemes are not aware by the all members and industries. So there should be some concessional or service to these professionals, they can definitely connect to the all industries and MSMEs.
Sir, I think according to the new scheme, service industries have been included in as part of your MSME. And there's the schemes are from 1st July, the new schemes that are coming that are considering the service industries also. We are waiting for the exact details. I think once it comes, we'll be happy to share it with all of y'all.
Okay, please share.
Yeah, Rameshji, if you like to add anything.
Yeah, definitely. I had shared in, for service industry per se, definitely there are a lot of schemes. I think it will all, for a startup, it will depend on the viability of the project and the project report, how scalable it is going to be. So I think you should, all those MSMEs should reach out to their bankers and, understand the process. There is a procedure which is, as per the guideline of the MSME ministry. In fact, banks are also sharing us is also taking some time. When we reach out, they say that our announcements and circulars are yet to come and all of that. But I think we are also reaching out to MSME ministry to ensure the required pressure is given to the bank. And I think a couple of banks have already started it, but there are many banks who are yet to understand the circulars. And because end of the day, this is all for the MSMEs. So, and the last mile should get it. The last MSME should get the benefit of it. While I say that, I would also like to share that this is an opportunity. Please register yourself for the Udyog Aadhaar also. And that's it. That's it, Manpreet.
Thank you, Rameshji. I'd like to inform everybody who's here, very soon, maybe in the next 15 days, we'll be having a interaction with bankers, some senior bankers from the prominent banks. And we will be trying to get them on this forum so that you can ask your questions, especially for MSME industries, where the schemes are available and they're not getting, and the funding is available and people are not getting. So what is it that a banker is looking for? So we would like to question them also that, when the government is giving things for us, why we are not actually getting it. So keep tuned in for that also. We have last two questions. One is Mr. Deepak Jain and Mr. Abhishek Lakhotia. Deepak Jain ji, please, if you can ask your question.
Thank you, Manpreet ji, and all the panelists for such a wonderful and informative session. Manpreet ji, I am a property consultant by profession. So I just wanted to know, are there benefits for service industries or service providers under MSME? If it is so, can you provide, or can other webinar be conducted for the same?
Rameshji, can you answer that?
Sir, as I mentioned, I put it on the chat also, and I mentioned earlier, for service industries per se, it will all depend on, there is a classification which is already given in for services and manufacturing units. Now, specific to that, if you're based on your project report, if it is what services you are into. Now that is something very important. Is it going to be viable? Is it going to be scalable? What is the value you are going to bring in? That definitely there are schemes available. It has to be looked into, or it will depend upon the service to service. So what kind of service are you talking about? If you can just share a little brief about it.
We are basically property consultants. We are into licensing of transactions or buying, selling of properties. So if you can guide us, like
I think specifics, you all can take it offline, I think, or you can mail it to us also.
Yeah, I think please you may write to ICIB and we will respond back to you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Next we have Abhishek Lakhotia ji. Abhishek
Good
ji, are you around?
Everyone, I'm Abhishek Lakhotia, practicing company secretary. We are providing our services to startups and MSME and private limited companies. There are two questions. One is with respect to one of my client was dealing with the banks when the notification came for this CGTMS scheme. So bankers are still in the loom where they want to, in nationalized bank, it is little bit movable. But in case of private banks, they are not able to give a thought till the time further clarity. So how long time that is, we are expecting from bankers to relax the system and to give comfort to the MSMEs. So,
Rameshji?
I didn't miss that.
Ajay ji, are you around? If you can take this question. Or anyways, like I said, see, generally kya hota hai, the scheme details take a little time to come down. So by the time it actually trickles down, it takes a few weeks time, to be very honest.
Mhm. You get muted.
Sorry. Ajay ji, if you can take this question.
Yeah. Let me say, we have already a lot of complaints with our MSME members that private banks are not cooperating. So when we inquired with their chief bosses in Delhi, there is we're still waiting for a written from the government about the procedure what to be adopted. So wait for a 1 week. There is already, because what we have assessed till date, individual queries which we come to us from more than 7-8 years, I find private banks are more active than government banks. Okay, so just wait for that. And anybody, I have put my address and a request also that we have a tie-up with all banks chiefs, the regional chiefs. So if anybody has a problem, they can contact us also, because Yes Bank is very proactive today. PNB is very proactive. So things will change. It will take 1 week. The other thing is with the NSIC, which I want to reveal with everybody, that we have already experimented their raw material procurement scheme. There is another body, Power to SME. They are also the private corporate body which is providing raw materials. Although their interest rates are a little bit higher than NSIC, but the delay in executing an order and is very, very tedious task with the NSIC. So I request my NSIC member, the last day when Manpreet ji was there with us when we were launching our portal, Dr. Ravindranath ji was also there. He was about to just get a big assignment from PMO. So he was telling, Ajay, what NSIC is doing? Because, sir, I know you very well. And I know your rich experiences has given us a lot. Okay, Ajay, I was a little bit distressed that in this COVID time, there is opportunity for NSIC to come like anything. So I have requested my NSIC people, which we are very cordial here in Delhi head office, to be more active and exploit this situation. Yeah, Manpreet ji.
I think very rightly and aptly put. So we very much know that it will take a little time to trickle down. So it's going to take a while. But once it is there, and if anybody is having any issues, Ajay ji is here. We'll be sharing we'll be sharing his contact details also, his office contact details also by email to everyone. So please feel free to get in touch with them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure. And I'm really thanking all the people who've given their time today, all the speakers, IIA, IMA, MSME, Ramesh ji, the speakers, Pandey ji for his amazing insight. And we are here for taking care of all your help and support. We'll try to handhold you. We'll try to help you as much as possible. Do feel free to contact us anytime. And like I said, we'll be calling the bankers also, so you can ask them your questions. And do keep tuned in. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so
Manpreet
much.
ji. Dhanyavad.
Whole ICIB team also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Manpreet ji, you can share the presentation to all the participants.
Yeah, it'll go by mail.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. In case anybody needs anything, I've shared the email address of ICIB in the chat. I'll do that once again. So I request Ajay ji and Ramesh ji also to share theirs in case needed.
Yeah, I've already shared.
Okay.
Yeah, I've shared that.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Ending the meeting.